Hello everyone. So today we are going to start our football classes, and that is the chapter 7. So let's see. First of all, there has to be some knowledge of game which we need to gain, okay? And that is, the game of football is one of the most popular and simple game in the world. Although the modern game of football engaged in England in its prime time form, it had undoubtedly been played for centuries. Means football is a very popular game and a very simple game in the world, and in the modern age also football emerged as a very good responsive game, okay? And in the prime time it has been played for many centuries, okay? Thereafter, an international football match for first time was played between England and Scotland, that is delegate for 7 nations, met on May 21, 1904 to form the Federation International de Football Association. So we can see that an international football match that has been played for first time was between the England and Scotland, and it was a delegate 7 nations, means there has been a 7 nations were playing in the international football match, okay? And at that time there has been a federation which been formed, that is the Federation for the International de Football Association, that is, in short, it is called as FIFA. So FIFA organized the World Football Championship for the first time in 1930 in Montevideo, and the Olympic champion Uruguay lifted the Jules Rimet Trophy and named after then president of the FIFA. So we can see that the FIFA has organized the World Football Championship, and in the first time in 1930 in Montevideo it has uplifted Uruguay as a Olympic champion, which lifted by the Jules Rimet Trophy, okay? Then where do we just get this game? So we get this game from the British. So football was first introduced by the British in India, and being a simple and inexpensive game, it became popular among the masses. India took part in Olympic Games held in 1948 in England, and it also played in the semi-final of 1956 Olympics. So football was firstly introduced, or the maker of the football is British, and it is a very simple and inexpensive game, means it is not even that much expensive like cricket, okay? And it also become very popular among the most of the people. Masses means what? Most of the people started like this game. Thereafter India took part in Olympic Games in 1948 in England, and it had also played a semi-final in 1956 Olympics, okay? And in fact India had already made it mark as the greatest power in Asia by winning the title at the first Asian game held in Delhi in 1951. Means in 1951 also our India has get the title of the first Asian game by winning it with the greatest power. So let's go talk about the what kind of field do we get for the football, or we have to be play for the football. So the field surface, the matches may be played on natural or artificial surface according to the rule of competition. The color of artificial surface must be green. Means the first rule for the field is the color of the surface should be green, whether it is a natural playground or a artificial playground. Thereafter field marking. So as we can see that there has been some kind of marking which is just over the surface on the football game, okay? So we have some surface marking, that is the first one is the center line. So center line is what? It divide the field of a play into two equal half by the halfway line. So center line is the line which just denotes the half area of the field, okay? Thereafter the touch line. Touch line is what? Two longer boundary lines are called side lines or touch lines. Means when we can see that there has been a playground, so for the playground, there every playground has their own boundary, like, right? And for the football we have also some kind of boundary, and that boundary is called the touch lines. And what is about the goal line? So there has been a two shorter line called the goal line, and the goal lines are the line in which we used to goal, okay? So thereafter we have a center circle. Center circle is what? Center circle is marked as the midpoint of the center line. Means I had told you what is the center line, and center circle is located on the midpoint of the center line. Thereafter we see The outer circle. So what is outer circle? Outer circle is an arc marked at 19.50 meter from penalty point. And what is a penalty point? You will come to know in this chapter. Okay. Thereafter we can see the optional mark. So it is a mark marked at 9.15 meter from the corner to the goal post outside on the width line. So optional mark is a mark which is situated between the corner and the goal, and it is marked about 9.15 meter. Okay. Thereafter, let's see what are the dimensions. So for the dimensions of the field and for the international matches, the length of the field should be 100 meter minimum and maximum 110 meter, and for the breadth of the field should be 64 meter minimum and maximum 75 meter. And what about the other things, that is the touch lines? So touch lines will be reduced to 100 to 90 meter, and thereafter it will maximize to 120 meter also. And the breadth of the field is what, 45 meter to 90 meter. And what we had also seen so many lines drawn on the field. So all the lines which should be drawn on the field will no more than 12 centimeter wide. Okay, and the radius of the circle is 9.50 meter, which we had already discussed about. Okay, so as we can see that there has been everything which is very clear, that there is a side portion where you will get your touch lines, and thereafter in the bottom of the diagram we can see that there has been a goal line, optional mark. Same thing we have also get into the opposite side also, that is the goal line and optional mark. And you can also see that you will get the meters, that how many meters there has been a width between the goal line and the corner mark. Everything is given over here, so you should go through this dimension or this thing, this drawing very clearly. Okay. Thereafter, what is goal? So a goal must be placed on the center of each goal line. It consisted of up to right post equidistant from the corner as post and joined at the top by the horizontal crossbar. The goal post and crossbar must be made up of wood, metal or other approved material. They must be square, rectangular, round or elliptical in shape and must not be dangerous to player. So what is the goal? So as we can see, there has been a thing over here which we can see, you can see over here, and in this place you can also see that the goal post, goal area. Okay, so that is the goal, and there has been certain things, certain rules for making it. And what are the rules? That both of the goals will be equidistant from the corner, means there has been a two corner and the goal should be present in the equidistance from both these things. Thereafter, the goal and crossbar must be made up of wood, metal and other approved material, means the material which has been approved by FIFA. Then let's see about the distance. So as we can see, the distance between the goal post are 7.32 meter, and the height of the goal post from the ground is not more than 2.44 meter, and the width and depth of the goal post should be 12 centimeter. So we should have to keep these things in our mind while preparing a football field. Okay. There, what about the goal area? So goal area is nothing but a rectangular box, and it is drawn alongside goal line, and thereafter two lines are drawn and extended into the field of the play and joined by a line parallel with the goal line. The area bounded by this line and the goal line is called the goal area. So in this figure we can see that there has been a white light which has been drawn in the bottom of the picture. Okay, so that thing is called what? Is called the goal line. Okay, and what is the goal area? Goal area is a rectangular box which you can just see over there, that is the 24 feet length and 2.44 meter width. Okay, so these are the area in which if the football will getting in by any player, that should be called as a goal, and that's why it is called as a goal area. What are the dimensions? So the two lines that are drawn at the right angle to the goal line from the inside of each pole should be 5.5 meter, and the two lines that is extended into the field of the play and are joined by a line down parallel with the goal line should be also between 5.5 meter. Okay, so we should have to keep the dimensions in your mind, because in your examinations these are the only things which we people are going to ask. Okay, so here we can see that the dimension of the area with the very specific marking, and that is the marking for the goal area only. Okay, so we can see that the goal area, goal line, corner flag post, touch lines, and so many things. Okay, what about the penalty area? So there has been another thing, that is the penalty. In the penalty we can say that it is just kind of punishment also. So while getting a punishment, where do the player will start to kick the football, there have certain rules which we are going to learn. Okay, so first of all we need to know that what is the penalty area. So penalty area is a rectangular box drawn along each goal line. It is formed by two lines drawn at the right angles to the goal line. Okay, so as we can see that there is our goal line in the bottom of the picture, but in the above of that goal line we can also see that there has been a big rectangle which is like thereafter a little bit big, and in the between of this rectangle there is a point called penalty area, and that is the exact location of the penalty area which we are discussing over here in this paragraph. So, into the field of play and joined by the line parallel with the goal line, the area bounded by these lines and the goal line in the penalty area. Within each penalty area there is penalty mark which is marked in front and center of the midpoint of the goal line, which I had already told you that in between the penalty area there has been a marking, or there has been an exact location of the penalty mark which is marked for the player to put the football over there in between the penalty. Okay, so penalty arc is also a kind of arc which is drawn outside the penalty area. It is the goal area which is enclosed within the penalty area, which I had already told you a little bit ago. Thereafter, what are the dimensions? So the two lines that are drawn at the right angle to the goal line from inside of the each goal post should be 16.5 meter, and these line extended into the field of the play and are joined by the line draw parallel with goal line, that should be also between 16 to 5 meters. And thereafter, what about the penalty mark? So our penalty mark should not be increasing more than 11 meter, and the penalty area arc, that the radius for that arc should be 9.15 meter, as we had already discussed over here in this chapter, that in the football everywhere our radius should not be increasing more than 9.15 meter. That is the rule. That's why the penalty arc is also developed here with the 9.15 meter only. Thereafter, the flag post. So usually while playing the football or while watching football, we see there has been a flag that is be situated in the corner of the playground. Okay, why it is situated over there? So for the why we are going to learn the lesson. Okay, so the flag post must be placed at each corner, that is of the playing field, and not less than 1.5 meter high. Means what? There it means that the flag post that is placed at each corner should be not less than 1.5 meter high. It should be more than 1.5 meter high. And the flag post may also placed at the end of the half line, optional, and not less than 1 yard outside the touch line. Means there is a rule that the flag post should not be put in between the halfway line. Okay, means you can place in the between of the halfway line, but it is not mandatory. But if you are putting a flag post in between the halfway line or touch line, it should not be less than between the 1 yard outside the touch line. If we will cross the 1 yard of the touch line, then it should be called as a fault of the playground. Thereafter, we see that there is a corner area. For each corner flag post, a quarter circle having the radius of 1 meter shall be drawn inside the field of the play. Means the corner area is nothing but the corner flag post which is situated over there, and for every corner flag post there has been a corner circle, and all of those corner circle or corner arc is called as a corner area, which the radius of that corner arc is minimum 1 meter should be drawn. Okay, So let's see about the ball. Okay, what is the ball? So ball is a spherical shape outer casting shell or to be of the leather and other approved material. Means the ball should be spherical in shape, and it's the build quality of the ball should be approved by the FIFA. Thereafter, the dimensions of the ball. So we can see that what are the dimensions of the ball. So the circumference should be 68 centimeter and maximum 71.12 centimeter, not more than this. And the weight should be 410 grams to 450 grams. It should also not increase more than that. And the air pressure is about 0.6 to 1.1 atmospheric pressure at sea level. Okay, so these are the things which we have to keep in mind while purchasing a ball for the football. And when do we replace a defective ball? So first of all, if the ball burst or becomes defective, at that time the match should be stopped, or the match is restarted by dropping the replacement ball at the place where the first ball became defective. Means we will restart the game again at the place when the previous ball was defected. Thereafter, if the ball burst or become defective during the penalty kick or during kicks from the penalty mark as it is moved forward before it touches any player or crossbar of the goal post, the penalty kick is retaken. Means if there is a penalty has been announced for a player and a player get a penalty kick, so what if at the exact time the football was burst, so at that time the penalty kick should be retaken again, and that is the rule. Thereafter, what kind of clothings do they get? So there has been a player uniform. Means the two team must wear colors that distinguish from each other, and also the referee and the assistant referee. Means the player should have to wear the distinguishing colors for their team. Okay, and the goalkeeper uniform. So the each goalkeeper wear color that distinguish him from other players, and the referee and the assistant referee also. Means the goalkeeper has to wear the color different color of the like dress code, so that we can just distinguish him that he is the goalkeeper from the other player, referee and assistant referee also. Okay, and what are the, so I think we should go for the protective equipment from in our last in our next class. Okay, so till now I'm going to closing my chapter over here. Okay, thank you.